I made a video a little while back about how I thought that nuclear power was going to be coming back in a big way, and it still is, just definitely not in America. I don't know. Actually, maybe they'll realize the gigantic mistake they have just made and they will undo it, but there's this thing called the Loan Programs Office. It's basically a government bank that is used to fund things that the government would like to see happen in America that otherwise would not happen because banks are just too conservative. Now, this is a wild thing to say. The government is less conservative than banks, but yeah, banks will basically only fund stuff that they've seen work before. So say, for example, you're like a young guy who made a bunch of money with his tech startup in the payments space, and you want to build a car company. And so you found this car company and you invested in it and you started to help build it with the founders. And now you need to build a big factory. No normal commercial bank is going to do that because you have no track record of building car factories, and no one has a track record of building electric car factories. And so enter the Loan Programs Office. They would give you that loan and allow you to build your big factory. And that is exactly what happened to Tesla, and that loan was instrumental in the existence of Tesla today. This is a good thing. Everyone likes it. Now, at the same time, there was also this case that no one can shut up about of Solyndra, which was like a solar power company that went belly up. That resulted in $500 million of lost money, which is a lot. But this is the thing about loans. You charge interest so that you can make money even if some of them fail. The Loan Programs Office has existed for a long time, mostly behind the scenes, not catching a lot of flack or a lot of attention, though Biden's Inflation Reduction Act dramatically increased the amount of money that it had to deploy. But it has a loan loss rate of around 2 or 3%, which is better than commercial banks. So the loans that end up not coming back, it's better than commercial banks, even though the loans that they are making are riskier, theoretically, because otherwise they just get normal commercial loans. It's specifically designed to help fund first-of-a-kind projects, which is exactly what you want to do. Because those are exactly the things that the market isn't taking care of. And having there be some large bank-like thing that is able to give large loans for people who are credible and who have ideas that could carry not just the United States, but humanity forward substantially and more rapidly than otherwise would happen is so good. The Loan Programs Office is I think one of the smartest things that we have. Other countries have them too. China's is gigantic. And ours is focused a lot on alternatives to current energy stuff, which makes sense because there's a lot of opportunity in that space right now. And we can't innovate that much more in coal and oil and gas. We all, I thought, were on the same page that that's not the future. Eventually we're going to run out of those things anyway. And so because it's often focused on alternative energy stuff, it's sometimes called a green bank, usually by people who are more center or center left. And it's this is how we're going to help incentivize through markets the transition to a different set of energy production systems, which has resulted in the people on the right calling it a green slush fund, where it's just they're taking your money and they're giving it away. But there's not even the money gets paid back. Solyndra was $500 million of loss. The Loan Programs Office makes more than that in interest payments every year. It makes money. It's a bank. It's a bank run by the government, and it makes money, and it's not as efficient as it could be. I don't know why you don't even want this to exist. It's a fundamental cornerstone of industrial policy. If you want industrial policy, you need a government bank office like this, who could take risks. Through the Inflation Reduction Act, the Loan Programs Office was authorized to loan out $500 billion about. It's loaned out so far around 10% of that. And now what has happened is DOGE has come in, and they've said to all of these bankers who are not hard to employ. These are not people who are wanting for career opportunities. They've said to all these people, look, you can quit now and we'll keep paying you for 6 months or something like that. Or later on, we'll fire you and you'll get no severance. And so a lot of these people are taking that opportunity. And right now, it looks like the Loan Programs Office has lost about half of its staff because DOGE came in and said, we don't want you to be in this work anymore. When a lot of other, I think, pieces of the Trump administration see the Loan Programs Office as a huge potential asset that they would like to deploy. But now no one's around to administer the loans that they've already given out, let alone figure out how to give out new ones. These are not people who needed a job. They are people who wanted to work in something that was more interesting and more meaningful. They could make more elsewhere. The only bank in America that is financing nuclear power projects right now, that goes both for existing technology nuclear and potential like first of a kind kinds of nuclear stuff, is the Loan Programs Office. It's the only one doing it. Way too risky for commercial banks. They are not interested in it. There's too much regulatory weirdness. It's been too long since we've built a nuclear power plant. There's too much weirdness in the energy sector generally, with like the cost of both batteries and solar panels dropping so quickly. For the units that went online in Georgia recently, the LPO financed $12 billion, which is going to be paid back because we successfully built them and now it is generating electricity that people are paying for. They have a commitment of over $1 billion for a plant in Michigan to refurbish and turn back on a nuclear reactor there. And the LPO is backing companies that are doing small modular reactors, which is this area of nuclear power that people are excited about, where it's like, instead of trying to build a custom nuclear power plant every time, you instead have like a single plan that you just exercise over and over again, and they're smaller, so you can have like 3 of them on site, or just 1 of them, or 20 of them, or whatever. There's X Energy and TerraPower and Oklo, and they are all financed by the LPO. And of course, they do a ton of other stuff. They do solar stuff, they do wind stuff, they do geothermal stuff that I think could potentially like be like actually what we do instead of fission and instead of fusion. I think that it's potential. I think that that's absolutely possible. And like the reason why we are able to investigate it right now, because banks will not finance it because it is too new, is the Loan Programs Office. It also is helping to finance conversion of automobile industry stuff in various ways to modernize car manufacturing, do more battery and EV stuff. It's like the most obvious bipartisan good thing, you know? Like China's version of this, we don't understand well because they don't have to be transparent about what they do, but it's probably at least 4 or 5 times bigger than what the US is spending. And I think there's like a bunch of little ones, like each province has the ability to do industrial policy on its own, and so they're all spending loans and we have no idea what their loan loss rate is because that might look bad. Like we gotta do it the American way, but it's so crazy that like Solyndra became this big debacle when it wasn't even an issue. There were so many loans that all the money came back with interest and it paid that back. And all those companies now are like in the world doing good things, pushing society forward. I mean, the fact that that was turned into some kind of attack on the Loan Programs Office and like why even? What don't you like? It's a program that works, that's administered well, and like they're trying to give away $500 billion. They had 200 employees. So like each person is responsible for over $2 billion and you want them to do it more efficiently than that? I'm not saying it couldn't be more efficient, but I am saying that per dollar of loans, both going out and the dollars coming back in, that's way more efficient than any commercial bank has ever been. Now there are reasons why it could be more efficient. There's reasons why it can be better. There's reasons why it can be riskier. And there's reasons why it pushes society forward much faster than commercial banking. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. And I don't think even people in the Trump administration wanted it to happen. I think that DOGE just has like carte blanche to go in and do stuff because they want to and they feel like it. And like, where can we mess around? And it's extra kind of disgusting because the LPO gave Elon Musk this big ass loan to build his first big factory. It's textbook. I got in and I'm going to close the door behind me. I find it fucking gross. And it's hurting all of us. It's not good for anyone. It's 100 fucking bankers. On the scale of the entire federal government, I'm sorry, I think that should be 10 times higher. They have such a good track record. We have so much going for us in this country. And petty, boring, ideologically driven bullshit like this is what stands in our way. It's so dumb. So I want to finish this video with an entirely different topic because I'm too mad and we need to take it down a notch. But before we turn those tables a little bit, this video is brought to you by the Awesome Socks Club. You need socks, but you don't need to go to the store to buy them. It's nice to have a surprise arrive at your doorstep once a month, and that's what the Awesome Socks Club is about. Shipping is free everywhere in the world. It's very easy to cancel. And when you sign up for the Awesome Socks Club, you're signing up to have awesome socks like these ones, designed by a different independent artist every month, delivered to your door. And also, all of the profit gets donated to charity. You can also prepay for 6 or 12 months. That's especially useful if you want to give them as a gift to somebody else. They're super comfy. I get compliments on them all the time, and you can join the over 30,000 people who get these socks delivered every month if you just go to the link in the description. All right, now back to the cool good news. Last night, my son, we want him to watch like more movies that we like, and he's getting that age where we can do more of that. And so we suggested a couple movies, and he wanted to watch School of Rock because it had Minecraft Steve in it, which we're working through, you know. know, it is what it is. That hit in a certain way that nothing else has ever hit before, but we just kind of moved past it. Has Minecraft Steve in it. Okay. So we watched School of Rock with my son. Absolute blast. He loves it. We love it. There's a couple of moments that maybe wouldn't be done the same way now. But like, it made me feel like they don't make them like they used to. And also like, how do they get all these like tremendous little virtuoso kids to act in this movie? And so I got curious about that, and I like Googled the kids, and there's all kinds of really cool stories. I can't believe I went from the Lone Bergham's office to this. And in amongst the kids from this movie, most of them never acted again, or if they did very little. This movie, if you don't know it, is about sort of aging unsuccessful rocker who takes a substitute teaching gig illicitly and then turns these kids into a rock band, and it's very great. And so I'm Googling, and I discover 10 weeks ago, so this movie came out in 2003, so it's 20 plus years since this movie came out. The girl who is like one of the singer girls, like with the pigtails, she got married to the security guard boy. Like the big security guard boy and the little pigtail singer girl got married in real life 10 weeks ago. Apparently, like the School of Rock kids have like a group chat, and they've been group chatting for 20 years, and they'd always be like, oh, I'm gonna be in your city. And like these two like eventually like got older, they grew up, they met. He's a lawyer, she does like sonograms for an OBGYN, and they hit it off, I guess, later in life, and now they're married people. That's so cute. That is the cutest meet cute I've ever heard of. Like a little girl and little boy, like they like did an audition together and were in a movie together 20 something years ago, and then as adults they like met back up, and they're like, oh, I like you. That's adorable. I'm so happy about that. And so there are lovely things. We do continue to love each other and to build together. And some people really do just suck, especially at understanding the intricacies of industrial policy and the difficulties of doing it well, and the amount to which maybe their entire success is based on the existence of this office that they now want to close down. But some people make really good movies that my son really likes, and then they are kids in a child actor movie, and then they go on to become normal people with normal lives, and then they meet up and they love each other. And so that's, I don't know. I can't really tie that together at all. So let's play connections. Bean gag, trunk, muzzle. Muzzle and trunk are like both the front part of a face. Tail, muzzle and tail, muzzle, tail, paw. Those are all dog parts. May, act. Bit, root beer. Tad, a bit. Branch, flag, fur. Paw, tail, muzzle. Those are dog things. Those are things that dogs have. So that's good. We've got something to start with. I saw a branch, leaf when I was clicking around there. Trunk. We also got tree parts, you guys. Come on, give me something good. All right, this is good enough for me. And then we're gonna go root, trunk, leaf, and bean, branch. Those are all branch. I obviously have an 8-year-old. I'm trying to get purple first, just in case anybody's new here. I like to try and get purple first. Gag, flag. No. I am lost. I'm lost, you guys. I'm lost. I got 2 categories and I'm lost now. I'm gonna look at tad here, because that's a weird word. Is the first part of tadpole. It is dat spelled backward. It means a small amount. Tad doesn't mean much. Tad is like a shortening of a name. Theodores are sometimes called Tad. Oh, God, what the heck? Tad is a weird word. Gag is also weird. There aren't very many gag words. G-A-G-T-A-D-B-I-T. ACT. ACT is a test. M-A-Y. But M-A-Y doesn't feel the same because I don't know. It doesn't. Well, act doesn't really either. Bit, tad, and gag all are very similar. Phonetically, like structurally. Gag, tad, bit, and flag, those all have the same sort of phonomic structure. But that doesn't help me. Gag pole, bit pole, flag pole. Wait a second. Flag pole, tadpole, bean pole. Oh, thank God. And maypole. That's the purple. Oh, woof. I had it. Tad was the secret. I was right. All right, and that leaves us with what? Act, gag, bit. Oh, like it's as a comedian, this is embarrassing. It's a unit of comedy. I'm excited for this to actually say a unit of comedy. Ah, dang it! All right, and that leaves us with, I guess, probably the green is trunk, leaf, branch, root. No, it's the other one, because muzzle is a little weird. Yeah. Great. Well, now we're done. Let's just hope it gets put back together again. That's what we're all hoping for. Again, the Awesome Socks Club. You could get a cool pair of socks designed by an independent artist delivered to your door every month. Shipping is free. You could cancel anytime. You could buy it for someone you love. It's really cool, and all the profit gets donated to charity. There's a linky link right down there. Unless YouTube has moved where the description box is, which isn't impossible. I've been doing this a while.